guys, here we go. Made it to Utah, made it to our spot that we're gonna hit, where we're gonna camp and stuff tonight. It was like a little over 7 hours to get here. It was a trek, that's for sure. It's about 6 o'clock, so we're gonna try and get a hike in tonight. It gets dark around 8:50, sunset's like 8:20, so we get parked and try and get a decent little hike in the night and just kind of see what we're dealing with as far as boot track and elk track and all that good stuff, trying to figure out where stuff's hanging out. Well, I've been going for a little bit. Not cutting as much boot track as I thought I was going to be. Got my first shed. It's white, but it's a little 6-point, so it looks chalk actually. Definitely chalk. It's okay though. If you're in the thick stuff, this is what I'm gonna be hitting for the most part. Like I said, I am seeing boot track. Just yeah, not as much as I was expecting to be in it constantly, and I'm not. So we're gonna find some sheds for sure. You guys are not gonna believe the size of the shed I just found. Oh my god, it's a monster. Just kidding. Junk deer shed. I'll put it in my pocket and keep going. All right guys, well here we go. We got here last night in Utah, did that little hike. Didn't find anything, but getting after it again today. Definitely a lot of elk sign in here. I saw a good amount of boot track stuff. Definitely a lot of people getting out and about. Obviously with the opener being yesterday. But yeah, we're gonna go get some country where we found some sheds last year. I split up with Dan and John, showed them where Ryan found a couple good ones last year, and they're over there, and I'm over here where I picked up that nice busted up set late. So just gonna pound through some cedars and hope to stumble upon something good. Well, I just sat down for a break for a second and I was texting my girlfriend. She's like, I have faith that you're gonna find something. And I opened that Snapchat and was like, okay, yeah, thanks, I appreciate it. I looked up and I saw something kind of shining and I was like, what's that? Binos up, big brown 6-point, tines down, in the shade, let's go. I'll put it in the camera here for you guys to see, but big left side, hard to say how big it is because I don't glass up big shed, so I have no idea until I get over to it, but looks like a good shed. Big brown. Tines down, let's go get it. Whew. Made it without getting too wet. Well, I accidentally got above it. Probably can't see it right there, but the shed looks very, very big. Let's get down to it. Just gotta, I didn't mean to get above it, but this brush is so thick. I had to get above it to actually get to it. Wow, it's a nice one. It's a nice shed. That's a big freaking bowl. That, whoo, almost made a 7. That's a big freaking shed. Hello guys, here in Utah. We're back in draw where I found some nice ones last year. I think it's gonna be my biggest brown ever by like quite a bit. Its back end's very large, so let's pick him up and let's go get the match. Oh my goodness. Did he break it? No, he just barely missed popping that 7. Wow, that's a monster. That is a monster shed. That's gotta be 350, 360, I bet. His second's a little weak. First is big, third is big. And the mass on that shed is unreal. Even got a little bump right here. Wow, that is a monster bull. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that is sweet. That antler's gotta be pushing 12 pounds, if not more. That thing's heavy. Check out that base. Oh, wow. That is a stud. That is a stud shed. Oh my goodness, dude. Look at that shed. Woo! That's awesome. It's a little bummed his fronts are spread out. This mass measurement down there is gonna be tough, but this mass through here is really, really impressive. And those kind of almost bladed a little bit in the back. It's a big shed. Let's we'll leave it here, leave the pack here, start doing some loops. Well, no luck on that loop. I looped down about 200 yards, 300 yards. Loop back up a couple hundred yards, nothing. There's boot track right on top of the ridge right above me, like 50 yards. So who knows? I mean, you wouldn't think a bowl this big would take a shed very far, but there's a lot of little pockets that it could easily be in. So we'll climb up and go hit this next big draw. Hope it's in there.
Alrighty, so Gabe, Danny, and I are in Utah. Just got done with Jackson Hole yesterday and drove 7 hours, and now we're just shed hunting a little bit. Gabe picked up a pretty good shed, and then I'm over here, and then I'm walking right down here. It's like I gotta do one more loop through this stuff. Sorry, I look right through. Right here, right there, side by side set on top of each other. Holy shit, bro. I literally saw a bunch of tracks and just was like, okay, I have to do one more loop back down. What the? That's the coolest thing I've found. Holy. That end's all messed up. That is sweet. Alrighty. Short beam, but that is a sweet shed.
Yeah, buddy.
Really short beam.
Goofy shape.
Huh?
It's goofy shape.
It's got a short beam, but holy cow, he's heavy.
Yeah.
Well, they're loaded on the Horn Hunter pack, and we keep going. Gabe still got that one. Danny doesn't have one yet, but this stuff is so thick you never really know. Like, I got lucky. I saw one little gap and they're sitting in there, so we'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
Check this out. A chunk of an arrowhead. That's pretty neat. Looks like that would have been up, going that way. That's pretty cool. Well, like I said, I'll probably just leave this here for the next guy. Try to find some sheds out here. Been glassing for a while. See that? Big brownie right there, base up. Looks like a right side. It's across this big canyon, so I'm gonna go get it. Well, I got the four-wheeler parked. So I ended up getting pretty close to this thing. Just have to climb up this hill and I'll be standing at it. But I looked at my Onyx and probably can't see it. These are actually my boot tracks from when I was looping for the other side to that one I found this morning. And I didn't hit the ridge this morning because I figured after I cut that boot track right above it that anything on the ridge would have been picked up. Well, I have marked where that antler is. It's 130 yards from where I found that first one, and it's an opposite side. So I would say really good chance it's going to be his other side. It's all broke up. Dang, that's definitely his match. His back end is busted off. God dang it. Oh, would have been my biggest set, and that might make it so he's not. Wow. Like I said, it's definitely his other side. I'm so bummed. This bull was probably gonna go like 360 if he weren't busted, or close. I don't know, the second on this side's weak, but heartbreaker. Oh, freaking heartbreaker. Such a big antler and so heavy. I don't understand how he could break this off. I mean, like the other bull, like again, his other side, his fifth is here, and his beam goes back another 20 inches almost, like 15 inches, but still a sweet shed. Pumped to have that match. How tiny that second is for some reason. That's interesting, but heartbroken for sure though. Got back to the truck. It is his match. Would have been a monster.
Just walking this this little creek bottom. Got a shed right there. Looks just like a hard white. I can't tell yet though. It kind of looks chewed and stuff. Figured out what it is. This is a mess. Ugh. Oh yeah. Little white, almost chalky one maybe. And a few little cracks in her. Alrighty, I've got this shed on the back. Not sure how well you can see that, but got that on the back, and then found that side-by-side set earlier today. And I'm walking through this thick oak brush. I saw so many tracks in here earlier. We went and hit another spot. Gabe matched up his big one, and we're like, all right, dude, let's go back and try it. And finally, I was on my way back to the truck. I picked up this one in the bottom early on, but side-by-side set. It kind of looks hard white, but I can't tell. Not huge, but a good set. Not huge by any means, but I think that hard white really. Damn. Still sweet though. Almost chalk actually. Shoot. It's all right. That side's very chalky. Chalky little 6-point. Doesn't even look like this one gets a 6. Yeah, just a little tiny 6 on the back, but not too big. Yeah, I'm happy with them obviously, but kind of sucks in here with all the track and stuff. I thought it was going to be a brownie or at least a hard white, but take what we can get in here. So boot track like 50 yards below me, so we'll take it.
Start of full day number 2 here in Utah. Dan, John, and I split up again. I'm heading in to like right where we were last night. At the end of the day, there was tons of elk track, and I didn't cut a boot track for like an hour. So I think this little stretch hasn't actually been hit yet, so I'm gonna do some loops through this stuff, these cedars, and they went up north, trying somewhere we haven't hit. Pretty close to some stuff we've hit, but just stuff that we've looked at and never got around to hitting. So hoping they're gonna end up doing well. But yeah, I'm gonna get after it, do some grids through here. And if we don't have much luck today, we're gonna move to where Ryan and I went at the start of last year. I just got a brown baby. I've just been like wondering why I haven't found anything. I was literally saying to myself, it makes no sense. And look at that site right there. Let's freaking go. Tine's dug in. It's a nice bowl. Not a monster like the last one, but a good bowl for sure. That is sweet. Look at how that thing's standing. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That shit. Sweet. Again, not a monster. He looks really short up top. But I'm gonna take some pictures, pull them out for you, and then start getting some loops done, see if we can't match them up. His fronts are huge. Like, everything, his back end looks like it dies off, but giant fronts, so let's pull them out. Woo! Look at those fatty fronts. Oh my goodness. Yeah, not a, wow, those are huge. Jesus. So much mass on those too. Just a nice bull, but like, look at how tiny that back end is. Still, with these giant fronts, I bet it's gotta be 3s, maybe 310s. Check out that bloody base. Freaking fat down here, dude. Monster fronts on that bull, but just so wild how tiny his back end gets. Those are freaking nuts though, dude. Look at that. The mass on that front end is just wild. Gorgeous base though. Anyway, I'm gonna load it up and just start looping, see if we can't pick up the match. Woo! I knew somewhere back in here there had to be a brown. Let's hope his other side's close.